Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Lee, intuitive wellbeing coach and teacher, and today I want to do a video for the energy of the whole of 2025. I'm recording this at the start of February, and we have had the first month of 2025 in January, and let's just say it's been quite a fiery one, quite a roller coaster. So I would like to explore the whole year, which is not something that I would normally do. I just do it on a month by month. But I think what I'm going to do is, this is like a part one. On part two, I'm going to try and help you as much as possible and go into more of a personalized pick a card reading also. So this is just sort of the first video leading into the pick a card. So I'll pop the link below when that is done. I haven't recorded that yet either. So I have 5 cards here in front of me, and I'm just gonna pick one animal card, just one animal card for, as I look at the snake card there, or the energy of 2025. And I am being reminded that it is the year of the snake. Okay, so it is the year of the snake, the wood snake actually. And I just think it's very, very interesting. You know, I'm the year of the snake. So I really resonate with snakes, and I'm not scared of them. I don't mean physically, but I did move into a house once and there was a snake, a pet snake next door. But anyway, and I remember I was at a house party there, and we were looking at our Chinese year to see which animal we were. And I said, I think I'm the snake. And we checked it, and somebody went, ooh. And I was like, oh, why? And immediately it was like, oh, it's bad snake in the grass. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm not like that. But it got me thinking about the snake and thinking about all of these, what's the word, judgments we make, all of these impressions that we have that are not based on truth or reality, and just sort of, I'm going back to the Bible. That is where I'm seeing this energy coming from. And the snake tempted Eve to eat the apple, and immediately it's bad. But actually, the snake energy is our fears. Snake energy is kundalini energy, it's fire energy, it's sexual energy, it's the balance of masculine and feminine. And a snake sheds its skin. So that is what we're going to be looking at this year, I'm hearing, in 2025. Those 3 things, okay? They sound lovely. They'll sound lovely on the 31st of December. But for the year, it's going to feel quite intense. It's a number 9 year of fire, of action, of Mars energy. So, it is not for the faint-hearted, but it is for our highest good, okay? So that is why we have the eggs in here. All right, for the rebirth and your rebirth, okay? And so let's look at an animal card now. Let's go back to that. It was a way late there, but nothing is ever a Freudian slip. So let's ask for collectively an animal guide for 2025, please. Collectively an animal guide. I love this. I was thinking about this morning, okay? The cat. And it actually says intuition. And, I'm constantly speaking to people. We have been brought up, okay? We haven't been taught about our intuition. And if you think of the snake, actually, if we put these 2 things together, the snake was representing the shutdown of the feminine energy. The feminine energy is so powerful. In shaman traditions, it's the feminine that chooses the land and chooses where they set up, where they build. So the feminine energy holds so much power, but it has been misused, yes, but so has the masculine, and it has been suppressed. And your feminine energy is your intuition. But I think we've been brought up that a feminine energy is victimhood, a feminine energy is emotional, a feminine energy is reactive, feminine energy is manipulative. And yes, it can be all of those things if it's an imbalanced or distorted feminine energy. Okay, which all of us have, males and females. I operated from a very distorted and unbalanced feminine masculine energy. And I'm constantly working on this, okay? So, we are all in the same boat, basically. And it's just about owning your stuff, working through your shadow, learning how to self-regulate, but just actually stopping and going, okay, focusing on you. trying to, yeah, feel all what you need to feel. But then, you know, if you're finding you're blaming others, pull yourself back and look at you. Everybody is a mirror, okay? They're reflecting qualities and parts back to you for you to heal, for you to look at those wounded selves. And that's what I help people with. But, you know, that's a whole other thing to go into, all right? But you can start with reading some really good books I would recommend is The Dark Side of the Light Chasers by Debbie Ford, okay? Mel Robbins' new book, actually, Let Them, is fabulous. It is really, really good. And she talks about this in that also. And another book, actually, just on relationships and self-love, I can't remember the name of it, is, oh, cheapers. I'll post it below, okay? I think it's about you, or choose you, or something like that, okay? But anyway, back to this, you know, no matter what or where or whatever you have to maneuver in life, whether it be relationship issues, whether it's a work issue, whether it's children, whether it's your own, you know, body, nutrition, you know, physical, we have to operate not just from the physical. And I think we've been so used to doing that for centuries and centuries. Hundreds of years actually, operating from this masculine energy of do, which is needed, but we now need to be connecting to our feminine energy, our intuition. And everybody has an intuition, everybody has their superpower, everybody has a gut feeling, but we have not been taught. We have shut this down, okay? So if you're going through anything in 2025, look at it from both sides, from the feminine and the masculine, from the intuition and from the logic. You can't actually just do it all from the intuition. You need to have the logic. So if you're predominantly, you know, feminine energy and you look at everything from the intuition, then you need to go into the logical and the masculine side. If you're the other, which I find most people just struggle with the intuition side. That's why this is coming up as an animal guide for us in 2020. Okay, this great year. You've got 22, 2 and 5. The number 2 is a feminine number. The number 2 is duality, okay? It's actually very snake-like when you think about it, okay? And then you've got number 5 is a masculine number. Is that a masculine number? 1, 3, 5, yeah. But it is a master number of change. So big changes will be coming in, and you will not be just able to operate just from physically adjusting to the change. You need to connect with your intuition, see all parts playing out. I was going through a lot of stuff in January, and I have been going through a lot of stuff for many years, and there's always another layer. It's wonderful. Not, but it isn't actually, once you get through it and once you get there, okay? But it is hard to do it on your own, you know, because there's just so much. I'm looking at the card at the bottom, which is the wolf, which is my animal guide, but anyway, which is authenticity, okay? So authenticity for this year feels very important as well. I'm going to look at the card at the bottom and keep that there. And the wolf energy is actually connected to the wildness and freedom, and actually the heart energy. And as we, you know, settle into and enter an Aquarian age, this is where we're being asked to heal our hearts actually in 2025. And funny, I have this book which I haven't read, The Follow Your Tao, A Simple Guide to Balancing Your Energy for Inner Harmony. I haven't read it. Stephanie Nusko. But I just put it in front of me there because I was going to open a page, and I'm just really drawn to the heart. So men are going through a heart awakening, heart healing, Kundalini activation. It will feel quite intense. Palpitations, just maybe feeling low at times, just up and down. Heart energy is connected to circulation, so there might be some blood stuff comes up. Also the heart is the bridge, you know, you've got this, it's the fourth chakra. There is 7 within the body. Really, there's 8 within the body, 1 at the back and 9, but we'll go with the traditional 7. The heart is the bridge between the 2, okay? 3 above, 3 below. It links all of the chakras, okay? So whatever is going on, whether you've suppressed their throat chakra or thyroid, or, you know, you're getting headaches, or you know, there's anger held in the liver, gallbladder area, solar plexus not feeling good enough, inner child, or creative blocks in the sacral, not able to let go, dealing with grief, sits in the sacral, in the bowels. all connected back to the heart. Okay, base chakra, fears, ancestral stuff, roots, money issues, all connected back to the heart. Okay, and if you think of the heart, I'm thinking of the feminine energy. The cat is the feminine energy. Okay, the dog is the masculine, and a wolf is a tamed dog. Okay, which is why I am being shown many masculines getting quite cross, not just the masculines, because if you're predominantly operating from a masculine energy and you're feminine, you're gonna blow. Okay, it's all coming up to be healed. You can't contain it anymore. It needs to be looked at. Okay, there was somewhere I was going there with that feminine energy. What were we talking about? Oh my god, there's so much coming through here. We were talking about the heart, and we were talking about, oh, it's gone. Well, I'm seeing the lion energy. I'm seeing this year's portal quite big, the 888 portal. You know, I am recording this in February, and there is a full moon in Leo. There was a really important point that came in there, though, that I've been reminded of. The feminine energy, the cat, the dog. It is gone, but it will come back. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at an ascended master, and I love, actually, there is Carinus energy, which is the heart. The heart, again, this is the heart. This is, the deer is the seer. So third eye activation, so that you can see the truth of everything around you. When we do this work, actually, what we're doing is our heart is, when we come to this earth, we're so excited we come to this earth, and then immediately stuff gets dumped, and we build these layers over the heart. So when you're doing this inner work, you're picking back a layer, picking back a layer, picking back a layer. It takes a wee bit of time. Okay, sorry, I'm still thinking about the point, because it was a very important point on that as well. Okay, so let's ask for an ascended master for 2025, please. The divine director, and I love that he's blue. He's wearing blue. I'm wearing blue today, and I bought a blue ring. Blue everything, a blue coat. I've just bought blue trainers. Blue. Blue is obviously the throat chakra. It's a version of teal, which, as you can see, I love teal. It's my branding, my sofa. That's the ultra major chakra at the back of the neck. Look at the colors there, with even the purpley violet and the blue. Blue is Archangel Michael, so that's why you're being guided to cut cords daily, if not daily, weekly, every few days. That's why I was guided to the first meditation I did for 2025. I had to get up straight away. It's a cord cutting meditation. I will pop the link below here as well. Because so many people are going through so much stuff, and we will pick up on it, if you're empathic in any way. And you also don't want to, you want to just make sure you're working on your own stuff, you're in your own lane. It is very difficult when people are going through stuff. If you're in the traffic and somebody has road rage, and that can enter your energy field and shock you, and so that's your nervous system. So you're being asked, this year to really learn how to balance your emotions, really learn how to balance your energy field. And you can only do that by picking back the layers and going into your reactions, your triggers. And really many of us are operating, we're just children running around having reactions and with other things and people, and just feeling hurt. And as children, that is okay, but we're adults, so the hurt is not necessarily justified. It is whatever your version of that event is. And if you talk to the person, they would have a completely different version. And so that's why communication is important, particularly in relationships. But this card is the divine director. It's funny, I'm about to do an Akashic Records session, and that is one of the things that we look at is, what's your purpose? All right, what is your divine gifts, as well as clearing all your past lives and Akasha. Okay, so the divine director, intervention and purpose. So you have a mission, You are here to shine your light. You're here as a, you know, light warrior, light worker, whatever that is. We all have something that we're here to do. We all have a role. Doesn't necessarily need to be massive action. You know, you could be, you know, your role can just be a mother. Do you know? So it doesn't matter what that is, okay? But you're now being, I think I'm being shown, particularly in February, there's this massive ascension. We're going through a massive accelerated ascension, because we're all ready, because the planet is ready, okay? And that means that you will go through an ascension in your own life, and you're going to be sort of urged forward and sort of like propelled, okay? You know, I'm recording this the 5th of February, I think it is, which is the day after Jupiter has went direct. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. Number 22 is a planet of forward movement, action, and you know, luck. So, you know, there's a really good energy now to record. This is a forward momentum. And one of the things that was shown, if you are watching this in February, is, you know, January, we were in a cocoon. February, we're just metamorphosizing as we blow up inside the cocoon and turn to mush. So what that means is it's going to look like a wee bit of chaos in February as everything around you comes up to be looked at, but it could feel very overwhelming, very chaotic. That is the feminine energy. You know, feminine energy, it initially looks like crisis, but it's to bring everything to your head to heal it. So then it's done and dusted and we can move forward. So it's crisis energy connected to Isis, the ultimate feminine. All right. She is a reincarnation of Mary Magdalene, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So intervention and purpose, divine intervention. So what that means is the divine is stepping in. If you're in a relationship and you have not meant to be in that relationship and you have not seen the signs of putting boundaries in place or leaving or doing something about it, it's all going to come to your head. Divine intervention will take place, you know, and that can feel very disconcerting. That can feel very shocking to the nervous system, but trust it's all for your highest good. Okay. I'm going to need to put my glasses on here to read what this says. I need to, for client 15 minutes. Okay. Intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Okay. More blue, 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 blue. Commander Ashtar. Okay. Call to action. This is the number 9 year of action. You're being asked to step into that action, to walk your talk. Take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day, about, actually, I'm just going to take that card as well, about that you're the leader of your own life. You know, you have to take charge. And many of us want others to go first. Okay, so leaders are being born this year particularly. Okay, I'm going to just look at this card because it has a snake on it, you know. So this is the snake releasing around the throat chakra, hence why we're all the blue. So communication is really important right now, particularly this month. You've also got the third eye opening, Many's third eye opening. It's been closed for a long time, I'm hearing. It says transcendence, rise up. You've been asked to rise into your mission, to what you're here to do. Rise above the darkness, rise above the chaos, but don't ignore it, okay? Just anything that's distracting you from your purpose, from, you know, harmony and love, but not blaming, not shutting out, dealing with the stuff. Okay, if you have an issue with somebody, what is that person reflecting back to me? What's the mirror? Light, dark side of the light, Chasers, that book. Honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Dancing with the universe is perfect. Sometimes I remember being in the supermarket when the pandemic hit, and I was like, this is just horrible. The energy, I couldn't cope, and I just started dancing just to transmute it. And this guy was like, you have cheered me up. I was dreading coming here, and just seeing you dancing has just lifted me. And I thought, So it's what you do with it, okay? You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to shake it off. You just need to move through it, and then the steps will be shown, okay? Okay, checking my wee fire. Right. Yeah, okay. I've got, I'll try and just do 30 minutes, okay? I won't be able to do any more than that. Oh no, I think I'm okay, actually. I'm okay. All right, we'll see how we go. Let's pick a dragon energy for 2025. What dragon is working with us? Love the dragons, and we have just come out of the year of the wood dragon. And like when I see snake energy and Kundalini, it's dragon energy. So snakes and dragons are just more or less similar to me. You know, the snake is the dragon with like the wings. You know, so they're really similar to me, you know, the ley lines. Okay, what dragon energy? There it's there. Interesting, I saw a rainbow yesterday. Hope. Funny, I was going to bring a few snowdrops in. I have them in the garden. They're a symbol of hope. Brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. There's your chakras, balance in the chakras. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles. That is what's got me through a very extremely tough, you know, couple of years. Just expect miracles. And when I doubt it, because it's all about your energy. It's all about, you know, your thoughts and what you're continuously thinking you're attracting, okay? But it can be hard to shift from that if you don't understand it. That's why you have to do the inner work. But whenever I did doubt, there was times you're human. The music come on and it was a song about miracles, okay? So miracles are real. Spirit has your back. Expect them. Accept opportunities. I got an opportunity yesterday and I went, yes, okay? More on that later, but anyway. Okay, look at this. I sort of went, ooh, because it's Saturn. I used to be a bit scared of Saturn. Saturn is massive in my birth chart, and I remember finding that out once, and it made a lot of sense as to all of the stuff that's happened to me over my life. Because Saturn is the great teacher. He is the Lord of Karma. It's why I do past life Akashic stuff. I've been obsessed my whole life. But yeah, he's the Lord of Karma, and he is the great father. He's also the Lord of Discipline. That is my word for this year. Along with discernment is the collective word for the year. Discernment is your intuition, by the way, and that's why I was hearing that. Okay, be discerning. You know, whenever I have, for example, say couples or one, generally, you know, you'll have one will come and the other won't. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but it just means I have to be very discerning with what people tell me, because that's just their version. It doesn't even matter if it's a couple, it's somebody coming for a one-to-one and other people, there's issues or whatever. I have to be very discerning. I have to use my intuition to tune in to see both sides of the story, you know, and that is what a lot of coaches don't do. A lot of therapists don't do. They believe what's in front of them, because a lot of it is, you know, is based on, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but you know, years ago I did this until it worked out when I had to keep doing my own work so that I can be neutral, so that I can just rise above it and look at the energy and really turn into, you know, really connect with my superpower, my super gift, which is my intuition. So the black dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Like that is what we're being asked to do this year. Spiritual discipline, not physical, spiritual. Okay, that will involve the physical, involves the four bodies. That will involve the emotional. That will involve the mental mind too. Emotions, mental mind, physical body. Your spiritual is your soul self. All of that together. Okay, so doing your daily cord cut. And if you have a daily sacred practice, do the physical of journaling. Journaling really will connect with the mental mind as well, with the emotional body too, and the physical and the spiritual. You know, if you bring it all together, journaling, meditation, cup of cacao, maybe some essential oils to calm the nervous system, a bit of movement with yoga or walking, or dancing. Concentrate, cord cutting, that's where I was going to go with that as well. Focus on your ultimate vision. Setting intentions, there's another one. Intentions, you know, each month, intentions each week, intentions each day, intentions for the year. This is the time now. We do not do New Year's resolutions in January. We're in a cocoon. We have no idea, and we're forcing ourselves to do something that is not in alignment with ourselves, our body, or the season. Now is the time, you know, to have a think about that if you're watching this at the start of the year, obviously. But it's never too late to set intentions. Okay, and then you literally pull them back. So if you've got a yearly intentions, okay, let's pull that back to break that down into monthly. And then what are my actions that I need to do? Because you can't just sit back. there has to be a form of action, but it doesn't need to be a massive amount of action. It needs to be balanced in your masculine and feminine, okay? And your feminine allows you to course correct as well, all right? Congratulate yourself, you've passed the test. You are here on this earth. It is a brilliant place to be at this time of ascension. You know, I'm hearing that we have not got to this point before, which is fabulous and powerful all the same, and scary and wonderful, where the light is really winning. But it doesn't mean that we be complacent. We all have our role. We all have our own little garden to look after. Focus on that, okay? Try and not get too worried about world events, because there is a plan. Let them play out, but understand that a lot of things can instill a lot of fear to freeze you, okay? And when you're frozen, you're not moving forward. Therefore, we all can't move forward because we have to do it together, okay? Lovely. Right, okay, I'm going to just do a couple of tarot here. These cards I only use for my personal sessions. I don't even use them for my personal. They're for my one-to-one sessions. They're very special. They really talk to me, and I am going to use them for this video and maybe the next one too, okay, when I do the pick a card. Okay, I don't want the fire to go out. It's looking lovely. So here we go. Okay, so let's choose 3 cards. There's one which I love. Oh, 3 cards for collective this year, 2025. 3 cards, please, collective 2025. Okay. Probably one of my favorite cards. Okay. Used to be a bit scared of her. Look at her, she is a wee bit scary. This is what's happened with the feminine. Okay, there is a dark feminine and there is a light feminine, and we must not be scared of that word dark. A dark feminine is Mary Magdalene. The light feminine is Mother Mary. Okay, we need both. All the dark feminine means is a woman that knows her worth, that is in her power not to destroy, okay, but to lead, but to guide, but that is valuing herself, knows her worth, can connect with all parts of her body, your masculine and feminine. In a relationship, she owns her reactions, she owns her emotions, she takes accountability, she doesn't manipulate, she doesn't need to be with somebody else or put the pressure on a man to provide. They're equal, you know, they lean on each other. That's very rare, you know, but that's it. But we are scared of this, and men as well, because of just the Eve stain, right? So without going into this whole story, because, you know, if it resonates, take what resonates. Lilith was the first Eve. Okay, she was the first Eve, and she was asked to, do you want to be a partner with Adam? All right. And she said, yes. Okay, if we can be equals. And it was like, no, you have to be a part of him. She just stood her ground and said, I know and I value myself, and we're equals. Feminine and masculine are equals. The feminine is not less than the masculine. So no, I decline. And she was, what's the word? Shipped off, abandoned. What's the word when you're shamed off? But she was grand. She went away for a little sleep, and she has come back and is awakening through us, because this is the time. Okay, which is why many of us are working through some really deep shame roots this year, because number 9 is connected to karma and completion. Okay, so it's all about stepping into your power as a male and a female. So when I'm talking about the female here, I'm talking, if any males are watching me, because I had a wee look. Where did I see this? I think it was my Instagram. I had a wee look at my target audience. Very masculine of me, not something I do. I'm trying to work more into that because I'm so feminine. It's 50-50 males, 50 females, which, you know, when I first started doing this work, it was 20-80%, you know, masculines. And I really love working with masculines. I love working with males. I think so many males have been waking up these last couple of years, and I think they're really struggling. And I help a lot of people, and I'm working with a lot of males at the minute so that they can step up as leaders and then help other males, you know, and also to help understand females as well, and then females to understand males as well. So yeah, so when I'm talking here and I'm talking about feminine energy, I'm talking about the feminine energy within you as a masculine. And what I've noticed, you know, don't take this as a generalization, but it may sound like that just from working with the males, is so many males are really in tune with their feminine as they arrive to earth, really sensitive and empathic, but it gets knocked out of them. And if you don't have the right guidance, and there's no fault blame here with parents, by the way, because we choose our parents, we choose experiences, and that is part of this process on earth, is to heal that ancestral line. And you know, you may just be the one to do it, the strong enough one to do it. And what a lot of masculines struggle with is they were very sensitive, and then they had to be in this world, this masculine world, and to cope, it was like a do or die. You know, you either fight back, or you be the fighter, or you are, what's the word, hunter or hunted. Okay, so of course you're going to choose I will be the hunter, because I'll get hurt, and that's from way back. Okay, caveman time. So, and it's interesting, and I talk about my son a lot. I have 2 girls and a guy and a wee boy, and the wee boy's in the middle, and he's a Cancerian, very emotional, very gentle boy. And he, wants to be a footballer, wants to be a professional footballer. His father was a professional footballer, and got injured at the very early stages of his career. So he has great potential. And at the beginning, I noticed he was getting quite aggressive, and it's not him. And I was like, this is not you. Who are you? Where did my son go? And I realized he was trying to operate from this solely masculine, physical perspective. And I was like, no. And so I would go to the matches, and he would tell me not to go, because I'd be like, he's like, Mum, I don't want you to see me like that. And I was like, no, it's okay. Let me go and look at this. And I remember actually going to one match, and he was getting hurt, and I was bringing the dragons in to protect everyone. He would actually kill me for telling you this, but anyway, it's interesting. And I have been talking to him about football and about when you're on that pitch, and it's not just about the physical, because he's been getting a lot of injuries, and that is a sign that something's out of alignment. So, or fear, and so he has got better. He is improving. He's getting less injuries because he's using his intuition. He is using his feminine energy. He's embracing that part of him. And whatever he is here to do, he has little TikToks, and he talks about his mental health. And I'm like, wow, yeah, this is it, Anyway, leave that, but it's just a wee side note on to the masculine's very important role, okay? Then we have this mother card, birth. So, that is the birth of a new earth, actually. And poppies are connected to remembrance. And we're here to remember who we are as divine beings, who we are. We are a union. We are not a masculine or a feminine, So you're birthing a new earth, but that will involve the healing of the heart, connecting with nature, and birthing the new you first. Okay, just keep an eye on timer. Okay. Then we have this card here. There's 2 cards here, right? So mother perception. So your intuition, actually, because what I'm seeing here is this little thing at the ear. So your intuition, it's all the clairs, the 4 clairs. Probably not going to remember them now. Clairsentience, clairvoyance, anyway, it's being able to see. Okay, I would be more clairvoyant. I can see. Okay, see a lot. I have done from a young age. Then there is the hearing part. Okay, I don't know which Claire this is. There's the feeling, and there's the knowing. Okay, those are 4 different clairs if I could remember them. I love, this is the thing, nobody's perfect. I am not perfect. I never maintain to be perfect. I am just being my authentic self, and I could, you know, stop the video, delete it, do another one, go and look up the clairs, but I'm not, because you can look up the clairs. That's the 4 of them. Visual intuition, okay, hearing, feeling in your body, where you literally feel, and the knowing. For me, my 2 strengths when I started this were the seeing and the feeling. And it's what makes me a great healer, because when I'm sitting with somebody and they're having a reaction or they're having a lot of stress, I'm able to see the wound, the memory, even if they cannot see it. So a lot of that's where sometimes people will struggle in traditional counselling, and then they'll come to me after that, because they can only get so far because they haven't got the memories. So then I take them into a lovely meditative place with their subconscious mind. We have a cup of cacao. We do some healings, and then I am able to see the start and see the memory and help bring that through with them. And it's pretty fabulous, to be honest, okay? So that's my seeing, but also I feel it in my body. So I'll be able to go, okay, are you feeling tummy stuff? Are you getting headaches? Are you getting neck? I literally can see it. I'm a medical intuitive, okay? So when I'm working on somebody, I literally, I can see the areas that we need to bring into balance and what we need to do. And when I first started this, I just started doing all this type of stuff. I had a clue what I was doing. And then I just heard the word psychic surgery, and then I looked this up and I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing. It's a shamanic thing. All right. So your intuition, see which is your strongest. A lot of sometimes people, when they do my activations, there might be like about a 10%, they don't see anything. And then they think they're doing them wrong or it's not working. I'm like, it's because you are maybe more audible. So when I'm going quiet, they're not seeing. So that's why maybe if I'm continuously talking in a meditation, that might be better for them. All right. And then we have this card at the bottom. Oh, move 2 cards here. All right, is Gaia, but there's the snake again. We're getting a massive release in the throat chakra. But we still need to work on, and what I'm hearing is we worked on the throat chakra a lot of last year, actually. So this is clearing at the start of this year. There's the butterfly, and that's what we're moving into in March. So remember, February is, the metamorphosis, blowing up, turning to mush, and then the butterfly is the rebirth, is the birth, transformation. And then we're going to work on solar plexus, which comes to the next point. Solar plexus energy is that feeling good enough. It is your liver and your gallbladder. Your liver holds anger, gallbladder holds resentment. This is a number 9 year. Mars is anger. Okay, so a lot of people are being very reactory. There's the Pele, goddess of fire, purifying, all this fire. It's interesting, I've lit the fire. All this fire energy is coming up. Many of us have suppressed fire energy from childhood, where if you got angry or irritable, we were told that that was not okay. That is wrong. We are bad. Have a sweet, have a chocolate, shut it down. So then it's all coming up. It has to come up for us to move forward into action. There is Bridget, the goddess Bridget too. Okay, I am recording this in the week of Imbolc. All right, the 2-2 portal. We're still in the energy of the alchemist, the Bridget, the fairy, return to wholeness. All of this stuff is coming up for you to return to wholeness. Okay, so yeah, and then obviously our base chakra there. What I'm being shown with the base chakra is there is stuff coming up that's quite it's very karmic, very past life stuff. So if you do get something like that happens, I'm being very drawn to my neroli here. If you're getting, because it's really calming, oils are brilliant smells. If you are going through a situation, and I've had a couple message me this week where it's just caught you off guard, you can't make any sense of it. Your whole system is knocked off. You are literally in a freeze state. You're petrified, but logically it doesn't make sense with what's happening. And you're thinking the way worst case scenario, it's past life, it's karmic. And I've been shown a lot of that is coming up in the base chakra for people to heal. Okay? Because we are moving more towards the light in this period of ascension. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to use, I was shown that 2025 is going to feel like Wonderland. we are going to feel like Alice. And then I'm hearing, who the is Alice? I love that song. Alice. Okay, we are going to feel like Alice in Wonderland. 2025 is going to feel like Wonderland. So I bought Tarot and Wonderland cards. Please bear with me. They're very detailed. I don't normally read the book, but with these I have to. So I'm only learning. This is my first time doing them online. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for us as we close. And this is a bit of a longer video than I thought, but it's obviously meant to be, and hopefully it resonates, and thank you for staying with me. Okay. 3 cards, please, for the collective for 2025. And the thing is, I knew I was going to do a video today, but I hadn't a clue what it was about. So I had to go for a walk. And then I come back and was like, oh, it's this. I never know. Okay, because then I just go into my head too much. And then it's not natural. All right. Okay. First card out, we have the Queen of Wands. And she very much looks like the Queen of Hearts, doesn't she? From the Alice in Wonderland. Who, like when you think about it, is the dark feminine. Okay. The White Queen is the light feminine. Dark and light. Okay. She is not better than her. They are both aspects of the feminine, as I said, that we need to look at. In Alice in Wonderland, which I watched last night for preparation again, because sometimes, you know, when you watch movies, you're not really fully watching it and seeing the symbolism. This angry queen, okay, was really, you know, she's every right to be angry. Her sister ate her mum's tart and then hid the crumbs under her bed, and the mum was like, who ate the tart? And she was like, it was her. And it was the other sister. It was the White Queen. It was the good one. Think of Wicked at the minute also. It's very interesting. Nobody's bad. Anybody that's angry, anybody that hurt people, okay? But, you know, please try and be compassionate, all right, with yourself, if anger is coming up, you know, or coming up through your children or with your parents or with your partner, you know, there's a source to it, all right? And also I'm seeing the feminine in general is angry because of the treatment passed down through generations, okay? You know, we are equal, you know, we are, and we have done this to ourselves as well because we haven't stood up, all right? We haven't felt valued enough to have our own careers. Yes, it has improved massively, okay? But you see, and I think that's why I want people to read that other book about self-love, if I could remember the name of it. Gillian Tazaki, I think her name is. And it is fabulous. Because there's so many people in unhappy relationships, you know, because, I'm not just going to say it's females, but a lot of people I talk to it is, and they just can't leave. They don't have the money, they don't have the career, you know, they don't have the self-esteem, the confidence, you know. I did it, but it took me a while, okay? And I had to rebuild myself, and it was really, really tough. And I understand why people stay, and there is no judgment, okay? It's difficult. And that's just one example, by the way, okay? I'm also seeing the mother wound and mothers, particularly with males, this angry mother, you know, this angry feminine. And she's every right to be passed down through the generations, you know, just stuff that she's had to do and she's had to accept, not in this lifetime, but in other years, okay? And that is why you do the inner work to clear this lifetime and then past. Okay, there is the cat. Look, there's the intuition. Okay. So the healing of the liver is what I'm hearing. The healing of the liver, yes, this year. And we have here, I've just opened this book at stomach and spleen energy, which is interesting. Spleen is worry, and so you stuff it all down. What females do is most males will get, generally they will get back pain, okay? Females will get tummy pain, all right? Not always tummy or throat, but a lot of people, you can suppress emotions and you can get, like, that's where IBS comes from, and stress and things like that as well, okay? But if you think about the liver is anger, resentment. This is the solar plexus, which is where the spleen is actually. Spleen, all right, liver, gallbladder. And, you know, yes, look at all the physical sides of bringing your organs into nourishment, but also look at the emotional, okay? You're being asked, you know, something about this. Yeah, she's got her flag, her wands. You know, the Queen of Wands is fire. She gets stuff done, okay? But you don't want to step into an action without being in a balanced place, is what I'm hearing. Okay, throne. Isis means throne. All right, so get back on your throne. Okay. New beginnings. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings in money. New beginnings, like balanced. Partnerships. Feminine and masculine. All right, when you do that. A new chapter. Okay. And here we have the Four of Swords, okay? Which is a guy that's just, this is our pure masculine that's sort of been beaten down a wee bit, you know, over the years because, yeah, because of the feminine. But also not connecting with his own intuition or not understanding his self, because we all have a role to play. And he is feeling quite exhausted too, doing everything. So both the feminine and masculine are struggling. Okay. I do want to do a reading, a feminine reading and a masculine reading. I was really, really guided to do that, so I'll do that. But the swords that are above, so he's just very in his mental mind. And if he could just connect more with nature, go into more of his feminine, he would, I'm hearing he can't see the woods for the trees. Okay, you will get clarity, because these swords, they actually look a bit like umbrellas. They're tied. Okay, they're actually not near him, but he's feeling like he is, you know, he's struggling, he's tired, he's like, there's no hope. And if he just, you know, opened the eyes, opened his intuition, you know, third eye, he would see that he has this one sword here. He's one sword left, and these are just tied. You know, but he has this one sword, and that's all he needs, is just to focus on one thing and cut the cords around him. And that is your own masculine also, not just you as a male. All right. Okay, I'm going to finish there, and I do want to read a little bit from this book as we close. All right, so let's see. Letting go. All right, this is a year for letting go. It is a year of completion. Take a moment to connect again with your breath. As you read, take a few deeper conscious breaths to connect directly with the energy of the lungs and their desire to hold on to life. The next time you inhale deeply, hold your breath in. Feel the pressure build as you continue to hold. What is the quality of the energy behind your awaiting exhale? After exploring that for a few seconds, allow yourself to exhale and feel the sensation of release. Now notice how your body might feel more relaxed or more at ease in the support you're sitting or lying in. Just take a breath. If the energetic function of the lungs is about holding on to life, the spiritual function of the lungs is about letting go of life. While it is necessary to hold on to what we love and the things we need, survive, it is equally important to let go of these things in order to flow with the rhythm and seasons of our Tao. The lungs teach us that nothing in the relative world stays static. And think about lungs as heart energy, okay, as well. And that time brings aging, change, and eventually death. You will only physically die once in your life, but you might experience several psychological deaths throughout your lifetime, which is what we're going through. We go through many ego deaths, many metamorphoses, cocoon metamorphosis, balloon, or butterfly. You're not the same persona you were in your teenage years as you are in your late 50s. Each season of your life requires letting go of habits and patterns, relationships, and even physical objects that keep us held within our old identities. The lungs helps us to stay flexible and flow with those changes. That is, I feel, very, very important right now. it's what I was feeling in January, holding on so tight to stuff, and I just had to surrender and let go, and it feels so much better because it is all okay. All right. And just a wee note on that, because I'm trained in traditional Chinese medicine, the lungs and the bowels are yin yang organs, okay? So as much as we're talking about the lungs there and the heart and taking a breath and the butterfly, which is the thymus gland, we're also connected to our bowels, which I was talking about earlier, and our sacral chakra. And you know, that's really it's the lungs that we hold on to grief, and it's the bowels where we hold on, we need to let go. Okay, so both of them are connected. And if you're struggling bowel wise, if you're not going, if you're overly going, when you take a breath, you massage that area. Both work in tandem. Okay, it is called the metal element in Chinese medicine, and it means when the body is also quite damp as well. Okay, so cutting out like you know, even dairy products or reducing dairy products will really help to bring that physically back into balance again. But also, you know, the sacral chakra is connected to the adrenals and connected to cortisol, so that's back to the nervous system, which is what I mentioned at the beginning. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry this was so long, but it felt very important. So wishing you the most magical and beautiful and transformative 2020.